Hey guys,
Hey,
I'm Jake,
I'm Claire.
and today we're going to be talking about our entrepreneurial venture called Service Suburb that we decided on for our final project for COMM 12. So, what is Service Suburb? Basically, at the end of the day, the mission statement is to make service more accessible and local for everyone. So we'll start by first establishing the problems that our app hopes to solve, and then we'll go into how to actually use it. So Claire will start off by describing all the problems.
Yeah, so something that we've noticed with volunteering especially is that the motivation is there to do it. We all want to volunteer and we all want to give back to our community, but oftentimes we don't have the proper resources to do so, so we feel like we don't know where to go and we don't know where to look, and it might be intimidating because there's no really starting ground of where we're going. So that's one problem. And another problem is that we feel like we don't have the time to do it because we're all busy college kids doing our thing, and we don't think we can dedicate this amount of time to volunteer, and a lot of times the time that we do have doesn't fit with their schedule, so then it's another issue. And also we don't know what's going on in every local community, so you might live in a certain state or a certain place, but you don't know all the local issues or where your help can be used most. And then also, we don't want to do it alone, so usually we want to do it...
We like our friends.
Yeah, usually we want to do it in groups and together, but sometimes we find ourselves where we have to do it alone and we feel like, oh, I might as well be doing this with a group if I am dedicating this much time. And then a last point is that maybe we're not inspired enough. I mean, we want to volunteer and we want to help out, but we feel like because there's so much confusion and there's not really a starting place, we don't have that extra push to say, oh, let's go out and volunteer. So those are some of the problems that we observed, but we came up with our app Service Suburb to help that and help you guys volunteer on a more accessible and easy level. Yeah.
So at its most baseline roots, basically our app helps connect users with local service organizations and gives them a chance to volunteer on their own time. So to get a better understanding of how it works is we'll just go through how exactly you would make a profile and go through acting out a service opportunity. So what you'll first do is make a profile like any other social media account. We're good at that at this point.
Pictures, names.
But one of the most unique things, other than like maybe something you do on Instagram or Snapchat or anyone else, is you're gonna establish in the app when you make your profile what interests you have, what things are you passionate about. Claire may be really interested in homelessness and solving that issue, or I may be really into marine life and want to help clean up plastic.
Or pollution.
And you can establish that. And similar to Uber Eats, once you establish, okay, maybe I want something at McDonald's, we're going to give you other suggestions for other service opportunities.
Right.
And that's the big thing. And basically, once you create your profile and load up sort of your interests and passions, then you'll immediately be prompted with the local opportunities that you can have, as well as more larger scale that may fit the interests you originally signed up for.
Right.
Another really big component is the idea that we have travel and home mode. So for example, if I'm vacationing in the Barbados and for some reason I want to do service, I look on the app, and although I may want to help with food shortages, one of the biggest things Barbados may need is helping with marine life cleanup and beach cleanup.
Yeah.
So being able to connect you with local environments is really important, as well as the more broad scale issues that you care about.
Right, and especially we don't know about every local community. Obviously, we may not even know what's going on in our own local communities. So it's really helpful to have that resource that tells us, oh, actually, this is what this community needs most, and this is where you can help. And it might also fit the organizations that you care about and the issues that you care about as well. So, yeah.
And one last thing with the travel mode and home mode, to sort of further the idea of how accessible we hope this app will make service, is that it'll know whether or not certain activities fit in your time span. So if I'm only in some place for 2 days, then it's going to only obviously offer opportunities that I can fit in these next 2 days. Versus if I had it on home mode, it would give more long-term opportunities that I can do maybe in 2 weeks or in a month.
Right. So then you would either set it to travel mode or home mode, and then you'd go on the little schedule icon and click the date and the time that works best for you, because we all know, as we said before, we all have busy schedules, so we really wanted to make it more accessible and make you have the most out of your time and out of their time too. So then you would log your time, put it in, and then you'd of course volunteer. And then after you volunteer, we wanted to give you a sort of incentive for doing that, or a reward, because we know your time is valuable, everyone's time is valuable. So we created a way for you to get discounts and coupons from the stores and shops that you like. Or if
we're college students, we're hungry.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we can't afford the food that we want to eat because sometimes we don't want Benson. So
Right.
we want Chick-fil-A, and we're going to offer Chick-fil-A discounts. You can get a free burger, or I guess we don't sell burgers, but
Yeah.
chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and it could be
If
food,
you help out.
Resources,
Or yes,
goods.
it doesn't just have to be food.
It
but
can be
we
a lot
like
of
food.
things, but you can get coupons for that. And then another big part that we haven't touched on yet is that after you get those additional like promotions and everything, you can share it with your friends and family and whoever you want to share it with. You can connect the app to other social networking platforms that you have, so maybe like Instagram or Twitter or Tumblr, whatever you use most, and then your friends can see what you're doing and how long you worked for, and then they can get a better idea of what the organization is and how it works, and maybe how they can do it next time or do something similar to what you did, or do it together.
Yep.
Because we want to emphasize that group volunteering is also a really major part of volunteering in general. So
Because as we've also learned so much in COMM 12 this semester, is that how much we care about our friends and being connected to them. And we often get inspiration from our friends. So seeing that maybe Claire helped out for 2 hours today may make me want to go out and do it. And I see her posting on social media, and as unfortunate as it is, sometimes being able to post it on social media can be another inspiration for wanting to participate.
yeah. So all ways to connect you and help spread the word that volunteering is important and that it doesn't have to be this hard,
Everyone can do it.
right, process that takes a lot of work. It should be accessible and it should be easy. So yeah.
Well, that was a general overview. And if you have any other questions, feel free to contact us. This will be on the website. Wow, it's windy. And thank you so much for listening.
See you guys later.
See you guys later. Bye.